I think they're excited. Yes! Oh, yes!
Hold on, you guys. What is going on? This isn't how my thing works. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this off. Too much. Guys, I don't know what's going on. Just give me a second. Why am I? All right. Yes. Back again. Coffee Break with JN is back again. There you go. There you go. Well, hello. Well, hello. Well, hello. How are you guys? Joseph, hello. Gee, we freaked out if we got wrapped up comics with some underwear from my mom's parents. Thanks, Grandma and Grandpa. Time for the eggnog blog. Time for the eggnog blog. Guys, there's so many things on the screen. It's messing me up. It's like every time I come back to StreamYard, there's like more stuff. All right. Well, hello. Guys, welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. I'm all messed up. Motown Philly back again. Coffee Break with JN. Bring a friend. Holla back. Hallelujah. Hello. Welcome back to the thing. Guys, it's been a minute. I feel like we missed a fortnight, but we're back in living color. Good to see you. It seems like there's a whole lot of superstars up in here. Let's do some hellos. I see my man Jeff. Well, hello, present accounted for. I see Bill. What up, Bill? Well, hello. Hello, all. I see Matt Waringo from the Waringo Dynasty, the Fabergé egg. Matt, hello. I see my man Joseph. I will see your hi and raise you a howdy bit. Hey, Joseph, good to see you last night. I see the matron saint and producer of this fine feathered program. Suze Ringo, hello, Suze. Suze, if you can stay awake, there is a Suze pose in the immediate future. Uh, let's see who else is here. I see America. This is you. Tom Zoller. What up, Tom Zoller? TZ, good to see you. Good to see some returning people from last night on Pencil to Pencil, the personality episode. I would love to talk through that if you would like. Let's see. Anybody else slide up in here? There's a lot going on in that, wasn't it? Yo, salute the general. What up, ID? I see you. Represent. Good to see you, my man. So if you see at the bottom of the screen in the doobly-doo, oh, look at Suze is watching from a prone position. Pause. You know it's hard to keep your you know it's hard to keep your eyes open when JN's on the scene. I don't know if that tracks, but as some of you caffeines know, you know who you are, caffeines, friends and regulars. It's the Jamar Nicholas Network and Coffee Break with JN. That if Suze Ringo is not present by the end of our programming hour, there's no Suze post. We don't do it. It don't happen. So you guys maybe have to like that old Tom and Jerry joint where Tom's putting the toothpicks in his eyelids to keep his eyes open, and he's like cigarettes and coffee. We might have to do that for Suze. So Suze, you got to stay awake. You got to stay woke. So also at the bottom of the thing, when I kind of cut myself off, that we're still getting used to this dual orientation thing. So StreamYard added this thing and says, hey, your viewers may like it if you have a stream that's vertical and one that's horizontal, and then they don't give you an option to turn that off. So yeah, we multi-stream and California dreaming. That's right, don't cross the streams. Suze says Suze will be reporting to the dance floor later. So at the bottom of the joint, if anybody's like, yo, what's wrong with my device? How come this is looking all weird? Kind of come out of the stream and go back to the Pencil to Pencil channel and then pick the other one. I think if you even if you go to the Pencil to Pencil channel, you'll see two streams, but I think one has a very tiny little phone emoji next to it. That's how you figure out which one's phone oriented. Control. Yo, what up, Bros? He said, I'm not trying to watch vertical if I don't need to. You know what? The internet has told me that all young people watch is vertical joints. So Jeff says stream normal landscape for him. Good. And I see the numbers are kind of like going like this because people are like, oh, like that happened last night on Pencil to Pencil. Somebody was like, yo, what's wrong with my device? I'm like, look at the John. Oh, yes. Thankfully, there's a vertical phone icon on it, and it's like the smallest thing ever. So thank you, Bill. Guys, this is going to be a weird coffee break. F5, 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 F5. Because I want to take this off the screen. Just because I don't know. I've been saying this, especially for my Patronuses. You know who you are, Patronuses. And if you're not following me on my Patreon campaign, correct your actions, fix your face. Go down to the join. I just had a QR code. Go to the join and join. Why don't you? That's right. I've been telling people for a couple of months. I'm like, yo, guys, I can't catch up. Like, I don't know how you guys are feeling right now. And I know it's just like the holidays, what I've said it a million times. I gotta plug, pause. that once you kind of hit once you hit mid-October and you're like, don't I have enough candy to get through Halloween and trick or treat? It's just like somebody hits the fast forward button on a cassette, and it's just like, and next you know, it's like December 12th, right? And you're like, yo, how do we even get here? Oh, you think it makes me look taller? Nice. Um, right. So I don't know how you guys feel. What is, because this is group, and you know what happens in group. We all gather around a circle, and we try. If you get here early to the rec center, if you can park outside in front of the meter with the paper bag over the meter, free parking. We talk about what ails us, right? This is what group is for. This is what tabernacle is for. How are you guys feeling these days? Besides, I mean, I I don't know where the P and dubs are, but I feel like the world has been to shit for a long time now. Some people will say, "Yo, since the '70s, the world's been to shit." Since you needed a little tin ashtray to eat a quarter pounder at McDonald's, you needed to smoke a Winston while you're enjoying a quarter pounder with cheese. Since all the way back then, how are you guys doing? Right, Chris Mariano? Oh no. Yo, I see K Dubs in the building. What up? Everybody said what's up to Stunt Ken. I haven't seen Stunt Ken in a long time. PM John. Paper doll. Paper doll. What's going on, K Dub? I ain't seen you in a hot minute. What up, Chris? I see you. I'm gonna put a little star on your comment. We'll get to that in a minute. Bill says things have never been the same since McDonald's was '86. The big and tasty. I'm gonna call you that, Bill. That's your new. That's your new street name. Big and tasty, Bill O'Donnell. Stamp it. Yeah, yeah, man. It's all good. I feel you, man. I was watching some big and tasty. I was watching this one YouTuber who kind of has a rant, like a rant and review channel. Like he sits at his toy room office, and there's just like his backdrop is not a brick wall in a eggplant that Mike Manley painted for me. A lot of you guys don't know what that painting is. It's always sitting there, and it looks like I'm in a comedy club. But his background is filled with shelves with action figures displayed on it. And he goes like, you know what? We can talk about toys, talk about conspiracy theories. We could talk about what's going on out in these streets, about abusing consumer credit, all those things. But he said the other day, he's like, "Yo, something just feels off." Like when we were talking about that group messing around with dimensions, like the Hadron Collider, something feels off, man. I can't put my finger on it. Pause. Is it just me? Am I taking crazy pills? But I just feel like since September, I can't catch up. And it just could be like a vibe thing. Maybe it's a tiredness thing. It just feels like, I don't know. Can you guys confirm or deny that? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But either way, time marches on. And, here we are, like, what, 2 weeks from Christmas? Crazy. So if you guys were watching, yeah, Kate Dub says, feels like we're all are feeling like we're trying to keep up. It feels like I'm just like barely treading water. And, you can see it in people's eyes. Everybody's just tired. Matt says, hard for us to judge. So much change happening. Yeah. I think everybody's just kind of like exhausted, just across the board. And everybody's, I think, being not so testy. Like I was saying the other day, I don't get out much anymore, you guys. And Jeff is changing the subject. We'll get to that, Jeff. I have a whole thing about toys tonight. Um, about that whole just vibe of feeling like, you know, either you're kind of like perpetually tired, or you're just perpetually trying to catch up, or you're like, usually, guys, I'm on it, but please give me some grace. Are you giving yourself grace? Because I think that's really important. Uh, I think grace is needed, not even for other people, just for yourself. Like, give yourself a break, man. Right? And I remember, what was the year of the dumpster fire? That was like somebody's Christmas ornament was the dumpster with the flames coming out of it. Was dumpster fire and then the This Is Fine dog? Those were separate years, right? I feel like 2021 was the dumpster fire year, or maybe it was 2020. What is the official Christmas ornament for 2025? Maybe I shouldn't ask. Yo, what up, Ray? Shout out to Ray. Studio Sky Tiger in the building. It was a both. It's all of them. I think for a minute it almost turned into, oh man. Kenny says, "Nah, I don't think of it as grace. I think of it as in our 112 figure money grinding. Yo, you gotta you gotta pay for 6-inch scale action figures." Yeah, you're onto something. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Tom says, "People started believing I could do all the stuff I told them. So now it's a lot of actually doing it. Like the other 320 pages of Angry Birds I need to draw." Oh, that's a lot of Angry Birds. Those birds are angry, Tom Zoller. Um, oh, ranch dressing had a moment, didn't it? Ranch dressing and also nugs, chicken nuggets. Bill says, as of late, I've been making use of telehealth and therapy. I basically view it like a mental haircut. I like that. A little off the top. Pause. Yeah, I was saying to my patronuses, is what I lovingly call my Patreon patrons. I do think you're the angriest man I know. You're the angriest man alive, Tom Zoller. That I said, you know what, and we could say it here too. The Patreons always get stuff exclusive, world premiere before everybody else. I am going to say that 2026 is the year of writing things down. You heard it here first. I think there's just no way we can kind of just keep all this stuff straight. So um, you don't have to get field notes. I should get a sponsorship. But I do enjoy field note. Back in the day when I was always like in the streets, in them streets, when I was either on the commuting or traveling or going back and forth to work or a different school that I was teaching at, I always kept a pocket journal in my pocket, in my back pocket, right? Because I spent so much time in my head, quiet, going from place to place. I can just open this John up and just write some stuff down, and then you can review it later. You get to the in these streets, in the street, she for the streets, and I'm going to bring that back. I know there's a lot of people, especially now that we're seeing this move into everybody's going back to low fidelity, right? People are like, "Hey guys, I just got a Walkman. Oh, look at this. This cassette only has 8 songs on it. When I get to 4, I got to turn it over." Yeah, we're going back to that. So I think it may be time to start writing stuff down again. So you guys will enjoy this. I just ordered. I think I didn't mean to order this, but I ordered some kind of like vinyl letters. Right, you see it's a whole alphabet, and this is a pack. These were like $4. There's like 50 of these in here. That was a little. I didn't expect that many. So it's like a full alphabet set, and then I guess if you need another S, you got to go to the next sheet. And I'm gonna start sticking this stuff on everything. But the first thing I did was in the back of this is going to be my kind of affirmation book. And I'm not like hippy dippy. You guys know I do my affirmations, and I just like hear cool things in the world. Like nothing is impossible is my biggest affirmation, and I believe that to be true. So with my vinyl letters, I put in the back of this book, touch grass. And I've been looking at this for a couple of days since I did that. So whatever you need to do, this is part of our therapy, you guys. Whatever you need to do moving forward, you go do that. TZ says, I journal every morning. It's therapeutic. Yes. And my days go a lot better. Tom, what am I ever going to do without you? Also, my handwriting is exquisite. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Bill. Let's bring it back to me, Tom Zoller. This is my show. It's my show. Bill says the morning constitutionals are helpful as well. Thank you on my Patreon. See what I'm doing there. Every Monday I do my MMC, Monday morning constitutional, where I kind of set the stage. We set the tone for the week. But a lot of those, you guys, I start off, and I try to be as honest as I possibly can. Sometimes I don't look as dapper as I should, but I'm like, y'all, I'm exhausted. And people are like, yo, truth, I feel that. And then we set the thing. Well, what are we going to do about it? But yeah, writing stuff down it seems like so simple. Write it down. Some of my best constructive weeks are when I start with, I have a spiral notebook or some sort of notebook, which is kind of like the bigger version of this, that I just try to capture everything in. And I gotta like, what's going on today? I've seen some people do really good with doing that in reverse. Rather than making a to-do list for themselves, they make a to-done list, or what they did that day list. So let's talk about that for a second. How do you guys get it out of your head? Are you kind of like on your phone, talking to your phone, and then you capture notes? Bross says, I've got 2 to 3 pocket-sized notebooks running. Bross, how are they just random? Or is one like sugar cookie recipes, and one is like, you know, errands, or one's like, high scores for video games? How does that work? Matt says, I need to start carrying a notebook. I get ideas or think of solutions to something and instantly forget. And these field notebooks, I'm shilling for field notes. These usually come in like, they kind of have a club, and you get like the seasonal things, the seasonal pocket books. And these things are like really sturdy, and they're kind of made to not fall apart. That's why I like the field notes. And they have a 3-pack that comes in grids, ruled or plain. And of course, the cartoonist likes the plain. I don't want no lines, yo. Bill's waiting on that Tom Zoller font. Ross says the actual pocket size was important for the painting in the middle, which, yeah, for the tifos. Sue says I use the notes section of my phone. See, that my thing with that is I tried that, and even with my phone, I have like a Galaxy that has the S Pen that hides up in the gut, and I'll take that out and I'll write something down, and I'll immediately forget I did it. So the recall of the phone thing doesn't work for me. I go all the way back. That's like one of my oldest like bugaboos, was trying to find the perfect vessel to put my notes in. I went through a phase where I was getting Moleskines. Remember when the Moleskine movement happened? Everybody's getting these really expensive little pleatherette books. And I hacked my Moleskine. Like I got like one of those mid squatty large shoes. I got one of those kind of mid-sized joints. And I would buy, because I used to work at, my life was run by the college schedule, like fall and spring semesters. Your new year starts in August. I would always get like a college paper calendar, like a 9-month calendar is kind of what they call it. And I would like gut that with a razor, and then I would glue the calendar into the front of the book. And then the rest was kind of like notes. And then I had like a divider in the back. And I would carry that thing. That was like my Bible. And I did that for a long time until I started really leaning on uh, Google Calendar. And if it's not in the calendar, it ain't happening. Tom says, I use a Rocketbook for to-do lists. What's Rocketbook? Oh, wait, that's not like Rocket Mortgage, right? I've started calling out to Alexa for things to add to my brain dump list. Tom's Alley, you always got it going on. I also asked for a wallet that could fit a field notes journal for Christmas so that I can carry it all the time. Oh, that's like Sketch Wallet. I'm sure you've seen that. And I backed this guy's Kickstarter like many moons ago. So they're almost this size. And there's like an insert where you can kind of put this like inside it, and it comes with a little stubby pencil sketch wallet. Yes. Bill says, as of late, I use WhatsApp to text the wife ideas. Lately, it's been titles for a new tone paper sketchbook. Oh. See, I love talking about organizing tools. T-phone board meeting minutes, general all-purpose refined quilt pattern work, all grid paper. Does anybody here like the dot grids? Those always mess me up. Not like squared rule, but like the dot 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 dot. Is European? Yeah, Sue Squatty Large. Hey Dub says, always got the sketchbook, drawing pouch, handful of books, grab matcha at the cafe and sit at the corner and just let go and chill. I love it. Joseph says we should have a New Year draw. Yeah, I like that. Are we going to be able to fit another coffee break in before the New Year? Yo, E, what up, E? E, one of my favorite editors of my creative career. E says my notes on my phone are synced to my computer, and I always have it up on the screen. You got to show me how that works. Yeah, you know about Sketch Wallet. Tom says Rocketbook is a reusable, erasable notebook. Oh, I've seen those. I always have it near me, and when you finish, pause. You can scan it to different places. So the con sales cat scratch sheet goes to adopt. Oh wow, okay. Tom's always got that good. That's really cool. So yeah, I mean, it seems like we're all kind of on the same page because, like, as functioning adults, like we're gonna have to have some sort of system in place, right? So I'm glad to hear that, and if that kind of helps you kind of set the stage and make things happen, great. So as this is, I guess, really close to the holidays, I'm sure some of you guys are um, beholden to shopping, right? So, Tom with the big brain usage, big brain. Pause. So, how are you guys doing with your shopping? And I know uh, I was listening to some people gripe about how Black Friday is just not the same. I just don't seem to get up at 3 in the morning and go like beat up people for toaster ovens at my local Kohl's anymore. I just roll over and buy stuff from Bezos and I'm done. How are you guys approaching? Oh, yes. I need something to sip to. We'll have to find something to sip to. So, how are you guys approaching uh, gift buying these days? Right? Because I mean, I remember Cyber Monday kind of came around because they're like, well, the internet. But it seems like the Black Friday sales just bleed into Cyber Monday. And then, if you have like a membership to one of these things, like if you have like a Target Circle reward thing, or your Walmart Plus, they give you these deals like a week or three before the actual holidays. So, like, maybe this is the yo, you're in it, Kenny. I feel you. So maybe for you guys, who's even like who's even going to the mall anymore? Bill says, "Man, I used to love driving by and watching folks do the sleeper bag hop while waiting for Best Buy to open up. Like, yeah, that's over, man." I remember hiding in my office back at my old college job. This was years ago, and remembering for PlayStation One, SmackDown 2 came out, and I was like, "Yo!" I think I had like a credit card, and I'm like typing it into the screen. That's like back when you would order things online and they may not show up. There's a lot of scamming back then. But this mall, uh, Matt says, I stopped hitting stores on Black Friday when I saw a store employee having a nervous breakdown because of the crowd. Yeah, yeah. That's the one with the Rock and the turtleneck, and it's like all blue on the cover. It's like the Rock and Triple H. Oh man, I love my PlayStation One. Ross says, did most of our shopping at PAX Unplugged. Shout out to shout out to PAX. Shout out to the Penny Arcade dudes. PAX Unplugged is the gaming, like the board game and gaming version of the Penny Arcade Expo that's in Philly every year. I went to it a couple of times, and it's like it's December again. Oh man, I missed it. But I guess since the lockdown, I'm just really not really. But you have to tell me about it, bro. That's right, Bill. You know your games. Um, so maybe let's do a one and twos. Come on, guys. Let's get it together. Where are my Johns? Let's do a ones and twos. Okay, guys. We're going to talk about shopping. Okay, if you guys have never done this before, this is a time where I, your fearless leader, ask you a question, and then and with the prompt, you will type into your device one numerical solution. So, okay, so if you do the majority of your holiday shopping online, put a one in the chat. If you, how about this one? If you don't do hardly any shopping and your significant other does it and says this is from the both of you, put a two in the chat. I'm gonna catch some of y'all out there. Three, if you mainly just buy stuff for yourself, put a three in the chat, and then we'll talk about that. So what did I? See, that's the part I forget. I forget what I said. So one, if you online. Two, if your boo does all the shopping and you go, or three, if you buy stuff for yourself, put three in the chat. And four, if you still like to go to the mall or the outlet, we'll do a four too. All right, let's see what we got here. Yo, Tim, what up, brother? Good to see you. While I was running my mouth, you guys were typing. Bill says, ironically, the malls in New Jersey have now become hollow shells of the former. Yo, that'll be our sip of coffee. Somebody remind me. We're going to sip a cup of coffee to dead malls. Joseph says, I'm doing great for my shopping. I got all kinds of great stuff for myself. Everyone on the list other than myself is doing, they kind of, they E says, the trick is to have a wife who looks for deals on Christmas gifts year round and to put them all in a place you won't forget about them. Yes. TZ says, I do miss Christmas shopping in person. The same was I miss crowded, busy movie theaters. There was a social part to it. All right, so let's get to these numbers. Let's run the numbers. TZ with a one, online. Matt with a one. K Dub, hold on. Uh, all right, this isn't working for me. K Dub with a 3. K Dub buys for himself. TZ has a -2. I have no significant other to do my shopping. I feel you. Bill says, if 2 happens, I lose all my marital currency. Jeff, 2 stuff just shows up here. Okay, so this is what we got. Miranda. Okay. Oh my god, I love that sweater you got me last year. Okay. Joseph is what was 4? You was 4 is like you go out. I forget what was 4. You guys. E says 1, 2, and 3. You're mixed. All right, Suze, let me do my thing here. Suze is a 1 online. Oh, 4 was mall. Thank you. Does Costco count as the mall? Does the Sam's Club and BJ's Paws count as the mall? All right, so let's do the sipper, you guys. And I think that's very telling. We're so kind of conditioned to just, and I think there's also the risk of overspending because you're just doing it on your computer, right? So, sorry, you guys. I told you I've been out of it. I can't find my stuff. Sip of coffee for the demise of the American shopping center. Even to the point where, like, even like the go through the glass doors, go into the mall thing is so outmoded. There's a couple of malls, even in Philly, that used to be walk-in malls that they knocked down and reopened them up as plazas. There's no middle. You just like go from store to store. There's the Old Navy. There's the Panda Express. There's Dee Dee's Discount. Shout out to Dee Dee's Discount. If you don't live in a hood, you might not have a Dee Dee's in your neighborhood. I love Dee Dee's. Pause. Bill says, so outside the U.S., malls are still a big thing. The wife and I would go to a mall in Sao Paulo, and the malls are 4 stories tall. What? Right? I miss going to the mall. You wear your little cute outfit. We go to the mall. We go to stun on them. Oh, Ross says the nephews get the pew pews. That's right, Bros. Bros, I asked you before. You just dissed me. Are you still making stuff? I was gonna commission you, and you just like never responded. Tim says, "Geez, I got to say that I've almost stopped buying presents from physical spaces. The kids get money or a phone call. I generally give relatives a copy of one of my books, but I'm gonna have to figure out something different this year." Yeah, brother. Yeah, everything's changed. I call Shogun. Shogun representing the P and Dubs. I came in late, pause, and have no idea what the question is this time. 4. Yeah, pick number 4. Matt says all malls went to outdoor malls. I really miss indoor malls and food courts. Those places were magical. So, hey, Dr. Christie, shout out to Dr. Christie. Always try to shop local and small businesses. Oh yeah, Muncie. That's where your comic dollar goes in Muncie, Indiana. Good to see you, Dr. Christie. Um, you gotta catch me next year, boss. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a hmm, I'm gonna do a quick ID. All right, I got 3 things I want to do. We're running out of time. I want to do an ID. Should I do a Jamar crate? Should we do a giveaway tonight? The holiday Jamar crate, and then we gotta do a Sue's pose, and then I gotta finish this coffee. Bill says, "Is the Gallery Mall the Gallery Mall, who Will Smith made famous? We're going to the Gallery Mall. Is the Gallery Mall on Market Street in Philly still open? No. At one point, they were going to demo for a new arena for the Sixers. What is a giant mess. They shut down the Gallery Mall a while ago and reopened it as the Fashion District. Like the place is called the Fashion District. Everybody still calls it the Gallery. I mean, it's really beautiful. They have like a city winery, like club in there. Ain't nobody going. Yes. So you guys want a John prize? You want a nod, John? Joseph says, I love Christmas shopping. I used to live in downtown Green Bay. Shout out to my cheeseheads. Walking distance from the now gone mall in its heyday. Go shop for 2 hours, come home, take a nap, then back to shopping. I love it. Guys, let's do an ID. Shout out to my man ID representing the Bay Area. Do an ID in his honor. This man. I need like a producer to get me through this. There's so much stuff going on. Guys, you're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. It's Christmas. You guys have been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate you so much. I look forward to this. I know we've kind of coined this phrase a long time ago. You come in a group, sometimes I got to reach out to some of y'all. It's like, yo, we sipping tonight. I don't know what else you're doing. We're sipping. We're giving you so many years of quality infotainment, pencil to pencil, Coffee Break with JN, anything affiliated with the JNN, Jamar Nicholas Network, is quality Gym 10 Mint programming. And thank you for rocking with me. Guys, being a born and bred Philadelphian and also a John enthusiast, a lot of my nicknames have John influence. Some of my favorites include who's about to retire. I think this weekend, Saturday Night Main Event is the last John Cena match. John Cena. Philly Seymour Hoffman for the Ringos. What was dude's name? Philly Donahue. And the captain of this ship, I won't do that one yet. I'll do that on the way out. And Johnny Five, how do you feel? I feel alive. What happens here on Coffee Break with Jay? And you get to watch me drink a cup of coffee and run my mouth when I'm out of coffee. But we're not going to do that yet because you know I can't do this alone. I need my caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines. Friends and regulars of not decaf of Coffee Break with Jay. And well, thank you. All right, let's get back to these comments. See what's going on. Captain Scholastic, you know it, buddy. Ross says, speaking of Philly, they gutted the Shellham Mall. That was like 20 years ago. No, that was like 10 years ago now. It's like a set of strip malls. Yeah, Panda Express, Old Navy. Back in the day, there was, this is in the 70s, Corvettes. Shout out to the local department store with a really weird name, because that was the rich guy in your town. Guys, let's do this real quick. If wherever you're from, name the biggest department store that wasn't a chain. So shout out to Corvettes. Shout out to Gimbals. Philly got a lot of them. Did you know that Gimbals had the first Philadelphia? You didn't know this. Philadelphia had the first Thanksgiving Day parade. The Gimbals parade was before the Macy's parade in New York. Philadelphia is a city of firsts. Shout out to Corvettes. Shout out to Gimbals. Shout out to Strawbridge and Clothiers. What about your town? K-Dub's got to leave. Yo, man, catch up with me, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, brother. Yes, sir. Oh, no. Turn away. Shout out to Ivy's. Halley Brothers, where my parents met. Oh, wow. There's got to be a good story in there. Matt says, Thalheimers? What? That Thalheimer sounds dope. Bill says, the courthouse co-workers and I figured out how to walk from the Gimbals building underground all the way to Reading Terminal. It was worth it in the winter. Yes, sir. I always forget that you're like a old Philly cat. Yeah. So it's funny because Strawbridges, which if you guys know anything about Philly, as I'm always telling you, so Strawbridges was a giant. I think Gimbals was part of that at one point. Strawbridges is kind of where the holiday light show used to happen with the one of the world's biggest organs. Pause. You gotta love Philly. And I believe that at one point the light show was narrated by Sandy Duncan. Did I get that right? And then Strawbridges closed down, and Strawbridges was so big they had a discount department store chain spun off from Strawbridges and Clothier called Clover. My first commercial credit card was from Clover, and I maxed that piece of plastic out so fast. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and tell myself about credit debt. Um, but yeah, Macy's took over the Strawbridges building, and then Macy's closed, and now it's a mess. At the Voorhees Mall, there's still a Boscov, still keeping that place open. I love it. Let's see, anybody else? But yeah, man, there's always some rich dude in your town that had a department store. I love Follimers. I need a T-shirt from Follimers. All right, you guys. I'm gonna try to do this real quick. I have to go to the thing, and I was gonna talk about some out of control stuff that's happening in the toy community. I'm not giving anything away. So right now, there's hold on, where am I? Am I in the right place? Uh, Sorry, guys, for the dead air. I thought I went on. Giveaway. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, here it is. So, all right, I'm getting this together. What's happening right now in the toy community is that for all of since maybe right before Thanksgiving, for anybody that collects toys, you may be familiar. Hold on, shit. Did I do this right? Um, Sorry, guys. There's RossCon is happening right now, and if you don't know what that is, Bill's like, are folks getting toy packs graded and slabbed? No. RossCon is going on. So if you have a Ross Dress for Less in your area, they are packed full with hot toys. So it's all like overstock stuff. Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? We're talking about RossCon, where all of the toy people know that there's some come ups that happen at RossCon. Because I'm a big G.I. Joe classified guy, right? Shout out to the Waringos, who I kind of asked them about RossCon in their area. Daily, the trucks are pulling up to Ross Dress for Less, and they are unloading crates and crates and crates of toys, Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe. There's some Marvel Legends, all that stuff. And I don't know what condition your Ross looks like. Some of them looks like nobody's ever stepped in there. Like, you ever go in a Dollar Tree and you gotta like swim through the aisles because there's shit everywhere. RossCon is packed with come ups. So there's like a whole thing where people are just attacking, not physically, running up in Ross Dress for Less looking for deals. Also, part of that is Ollie's. If you have an Ollie's in your area, and maybe to a lesser degree, Dee Dee's Discount. Maybe if you got a TJ, you might find a come up in Burlington Coat Factory. So if you go to any of these places and you're like a toy collector, go to the toy aisle. They got NECAs up in there. If you're into like Universal Monsters, they got, oh my god. And I feel bad for my comic book store folk because people are like running up in there. But also watch out for the resellers because people that's the next thing. People are like getting really savvy about going to these places, buying them out, and then trying to flip them on eBay. I kind of don't care what you do, what you spent your money, whatever, but it's like, I don't know. That's what's going on right now. So I would like our Nod on word of the night to be, hold on. Okay, you guys ready? The phrase that pays tonight, Rosscon. So type Rosscon just like it looks in the thing into the chat, and you may be entered into the prize for my last Nah John prize, a Jamar crate sent directly to your home address. Ask Paul Pate. Paul Pate's still playing with his Jamar crate paws. Tell him, Paul Pate. Tell him about how much fun you're having. Yup, see? Bross knows. 80% off on the Triptychon at Ollie's. The Triptychon's like $300 at Toys R Us or whatever. It's $119 at Ross if you can find it. See, that's what it's about. If you can find it. So if you don't have gainful employment and you happen to just be around, no, not for people who don't have gainful. There's some people that are like sleeping out in the parking lot and like bothering the employees at the Ross. Matt says, our Ross had the Frankenstein figure, wanted it but didn't need it. See, that's my meme of this year. The SpongeBob, I don't need it. I need it. I need it. Paul Pace says, trust me, you need a Jamar crate. Word up. What you need to do is join my Patreon. That's what you need to do. Let's put that back on the screen. Yes, but thank you, Paul Pate. Paul Pate, there's an embarrassment of riches in that Jamar crate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So I don't want to take this too long. This might be the first time I don't finish a coffee, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm just like willing myself to drink this coffee. This might be a first, or I might just shut it down because I just. Also, shout out to my Ember digital mug. This thing is so hot I can't drink it. Bill says, I take my life into my own hands going to the Burlington already, just going to get my university hoodie joined. Yo, some of those places are rough. You gotta be careful. Gotta keep a $1.50 on you. Keep a razor underneath the tongue. Did everybody enter? And if you like Shogun, I know the P and Dubs won before. You can enter again. I don't care. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. The phrase that pays, Rosscon. So with that, because I got to use my agents. Happen to find yourself at your Ross for less. JN's looking for those GI Joes, y'all. What a great way to get brownie points with me. Looking for GI Joe classifieds. So this is also another thing. If you go in there, and I haven't been hunting like that. I went into one just to see what was going on. I was like, oh wow, it's like that in here. So I get to the counter, and I guess it was the manager because he just seemed like he was upbeat. He was like, "Oh, I see the gray hair. You're looking for GI Joes." I'm like, "Yes." And he said, "We keep restocking every day. Just come back earlier tomorrow because it was like the end of the day. I just came home from dinner. I was like, let me stop in the Ross. Every day you don't know what you'll find." So what I was saying to one of my buddies was, and going back to that Nintendo 64 commercial I put at the front of this, the era, especially because when we're kids, of going into a store and having a wall of whatever toy that you were into, toy line. The whole, almost damn near the whole thing was there. And you being, that was like early ADHD, right? Early choice paralysis. Hurry up and pick a guy. You have a stormtrooper already. Get another guy. But Luke Skywalker's got to fight somebody. You can't just fight the same dude. The way this stuff works now is that you'll never find all this stuff in one place. Nobody has a room. They don't stock like that. They don't make the stuff like that. And especially in the G.I. Joe community, you can't find the stuff. So if you find anything, it's a come up. No, ain't no Marshall Khan. Joseph's trying to make me shut this down. Yeah, it's real. All right, you guys, let's do this drawing. Oh, I respect. My cousins came up with the '60s G.I. Joe, like with the it was almost like the Migos size, right, with the afro. Shout out to $6 Million Man with the hole in his head, so you can see the you had something, put him in the scope. I love that stuff. Adventure Team G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is the was the origin of the male boy action figure. That's right. Cry. Hey, James, what's up? Kung Fu Grip. All that stuff is real. All right, James, you just missed it. We're doing a nod on Jamar Crate prize giveaway. Type this into the chat to be entered. And I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to do that before I start the drawing. And then I am going to get out of here. So hold on, what am I doing? Hold on, you guys. I'm going to share my screen. You see it. You see it. You see the phrase that pays. Guys, there's more people in here than that. Why? What's up with y'all? I see 8 people enter this RossCon. There's more people in the chat than that. Please type RossCon, hashtag RossCon into the chat so you can be entered. That's right, Big Jim. Bill says, oh, back when episode 1 came out, Kmart and Hasbro specifically had the figure space out, so one store didn't have the complete. See, it started even back then. You can't have them all because cats, when the episode 1 toys came out, they hit those stores hardcore because that was the new era of collectors, like almost like adult collectors, and that's kind of what toys are now. Kids don't play with toys. Sue says Jamie Summers with the roll-up sleeve skin so you can plug it in bionics. I had the action figure in her lab. When you try to slow motion jump over fences, Jamie Summers is an icon. All right, guys, let's see what we're looking at. 9 entries. Okay, you have 30 seconds to enter. Put RossCon in the chat or forever hold your peace. And guys, for you guys who've gotten Jamar crates before, they're real. They can tell them. You guys who've gotten Jamar crates from me in any fashion can tell them the jewels, the gems that are inside. So come on, let's do the thing. Jeff says I still have a legal amount of episodes. We can't move those. Oh no. All right, guys, out of time. Jamar crates are awesome. All right, guys, you ready for the John? All right, let's kind of hype this up and make you guys feel like something's going to happen. I feel my heart beat. I feel my heart. You feel the heartbeat? All right, guys, let's do this drawing. All right. Who's it going to be? E! Yes, Eric. Eric won the Nod on prize. Good job. E. Everybody congratulate E in the chat. Very cool. Look at that. One more round of applause for my man. You know what this means? You email me. I have your address, but email me again because I haven't mailed you anything in a while. Give me your address and say, Jamar, don't remember because you know you're horrible at mail. Send me my John, and I will send you your John. Good job. Look at that. Woohoo. That's always fun. Thank you guys. See you later, Tim. Yeah, what a way to win. Way to be. All right, good job. That was fun. All right, guys. Uh, we don't give up. I'm gonna finish this. Suze, it's your turn. Suze, report to the dance floor. Also, you guys all know to now start attacking your local Ross Dress for Less to find GI Joes for your fearless leader, Jamar Nicholas. Suze, where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Adam, yo, you just missed the John drawing. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Viewpoint Taco. at least you're on brand. I appreciate that. Sue says, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Guys, you know what this means. If Suze is in the building and she responds to the 10 count, it's time for. I put my hand upon your chip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. Video fun. Oh, dude, I almost froze. Post so cold, I almost froze. Sue's pose. Guys, that was great. All right, guys, that's it for me. Don't forget to drink the marshmallows or the coffee. Yes, sir. Good job. Good job. Great Sue's pose, guys. Thank you guys so much. You are what puts the wind underneath my sails. Thank you guys so much. I will say, as I magically like to say every time at the end of our programming night, say goodnight, John Boy. Thank you guys from Stone Cold Stu's pose. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, let's do the thing. I somehow powered through this coffee. Let's go home. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Guys, what a 2025 we've had. Been a lot of lows. There's been some highs. There's been a lot of lows. But the power of the JN Jamar Nicholas Network makes this tick. It makes our engine run. We keep innovating every time we come with something new. You guys love the Jamar Crate Nah John giveaway. I love you for it. I love that you guys want to support me and join my Patreon. I love you for that too. I also love you for sticking with me because there's a million things you guys could be doing on a Thursday night. But you decided to rock with me. Thank you guys so much. I have a lot of nicknames. So maybe you've heard of them. Some people call me Philadelphia's favorite son. What is the word? What is it? Sousa? Always mess up. Philly Seymour Hoffman. That's right. Wake up, Hicks. We're about to get out of here. And my favorite tried and true one, the captain of the ship, Jean-Luc Picard. There are 4 Johns. Oh, check out my Tardy Boys shirt. Go to my Threadless store on my website, jamarnicholas.com, and cop that. Why don't you? Guys, now that you've watched me run my mouth and drink a cup of coffee, now that I'm out of coffee, somebody wake up Hicks. We'll see you in 2 weeks.